I think the smoke might be doing a bit more damage than I thought. That's not a record number, but it's awfully high. Just killing a little time here before the next star for electronics. And one neat thing about this little toy is while it will tell you, right, all the things you need to know to plant stuff, I've never quite understood how it manages to calculate pollution. Like, 100 would conceivably be the highest amount, at which point your dirt block isn't dirt anymore, it's chemical sludge. I think my current record is 770 something? No, I pushed it to 4 digits one time. I don't remember quite what I was doing. I think that was in the middle of... We're running blast furnace, and literally just storing all of the tailings in one big spot, where the furnaces were kind of in the middle, and I think I hit like 1100. I'd have to... I'm not even sure I recorded that playthrough. Then like... That's 78% pollution. It looks considerably worse than that at 5 something, because of the way the biome types render. I think this is farm forest and you are wetlands, yeah. Wetlands looks a little worse. It gets this kind of bluish tint in there. Don't think it's got over here. Yeah, it's over here where it's nice and clean. At 5% clean. Right? And as you get closer, it picks up this kind of an oily tint to it. Now, pollution in real life, bad. Pollution game, not. Right? Pollution in-game. This was normally a 100% match for rice. It is currently a 0 because it's got 72% pollution. That said, it still grew. A little bit of it died. I have... Shoot this one at a time. It says 2. Let's use the correct one. 4. Yeah, so we're still getting a really good number because of the all the bonuses. Come on, Rice. Let's take you home. You might taste a little funny. Go do something worthwhile with you. Oh, before I leave the area, so I made, was it 482 barrels? Right? It was under 500 barrels. We currently have 712 empty barrels in stock. 600 and... It's what? 678, 13, almost 14. I have not made barrels. So, they've kind of solved the whole burning up barrels thing for fuel. I suddenly don't feel quite so bad if I want to run a bunch of stuff on this, because we have over three times the number of barrels we started with. Now, if you could find some way, if we were allowed to like recycle these back into something, then that would be an issue, right? Like, if we could scrap barrels back into things, then that would be a problem, because now you have I'm not sure what the term would be. You'd have almost infinite resources that you could turn iron into barrels into like scrap metal back into iron. which would be an interesting mod, but I'm not sure how they would enforce it. Also, if we didn't want all this pollution here, which you know, I put it here, so clearly I wanted all this. Did I go down? Clearly I wanted all this pollution here because I put it here. I could have put my oil refinery over here, right? This is almost entirely air pollution over here. A little bit of turbis ground. That's as a result of the both. Because water pollution is not really a thing in the game, right? The water doesn't flow, so it can't carry that away. This is a result of air and ground pollution. Air pollution causes ground pollution, chips in on it, and then this helps in the fact I'm dumping, what do they call it? Pipes. Sewage. We're dumping whatever volume that is, because it's never really that. It's never really defined as how much water you're getting at a time. Making 1.4 smog. Okay, how many 0.4 smog? 0.3 water per second. 0.3 cubic meters of water per second? 300 liters seems like a lot. 300 liters, how to picture that? $1,000 liters is a meter by meter by meter cube. Ever seen like a tote? Those white plastic things with the aluminum containment rails and stuff around them. Tote's 1,000 liters, and it's 600 and some gallons. Have a hard time picturing gallons. Liters you can kind of figure out. Gallons are a little different, at least for someone like me. Yeah, barrels aren't an issue anymore. Doing the lead up for electronics because we're gonna need a bunch of this stuff. I made a bunch of nylon. Nylon has uses. A lot of them are like one-time uses. You'll make nylon, then spin nylon thread, then make nylon fabric or nylon rope. The issue is you aren't using nylon in like clothing. Clothing's okay. Clothing's not important. Clothing's fun. Nylon fabric in, I think the last 3 vehicles you make require nylon. I think it's nylon fabric for this, basically for the seats, the excavator, the skid steer, and the other truck all require nylon fabric for the seats. Which, I'm not gonna lie, this guy's rocking the all-weather seats. I think that would have been a better option. The epoxy and plastic are going to be required for things like circuits. Circuits can't make. A lot of these things, the circuits are made at electronics assembly. I am 2.5 minutes away from an electronics assembly. And then it's a mountain of fiberglass for a bunch of things. Because I have things to say about fiberglass. Fiberglass is made in electronics assembly, which is odd because fiberglass is spun glass fiber, and that's something that should be covered under glassworking. Although you would need a whole new machine just to make, like a whole new machine to make fiberglass under glassworking, which sounds like, oh no, why would I want to use a whole new machine to make fiberglass under glassworking? That we already need the spin melter, and it makes one thing. Spin melter makes nylon thread. Thread? Used in nylon thread. Add a spin melter. Where are you? After that, spin melter. What does a spin melter make? Spin melter makes only nylon thread. It's a 2x3x3 table that does nothing except make nylon thread. I would argue that that would be a place you would make fiberglass. As a way to help keep the tailor involved, we're going to have to build 3 separate tailoring tables. This is a spin melter, the automatic loom, and the advanced tailoring table, which don't require any new skills to take. They're just the top-end skills for tailoring. The tailoring person has sat around for, oh my god, when did we take tailoring? We needed tailoring before we needed tailoring to take basic engineering, right? Yeah, because we had to make fabric. So the tailoring guy got started back here. Still in the first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is a first act skill. I mean, technically, I guess it'd be the end of the first act, because basic engineering could be the beginning of your second act. So they made a bunch of stuff, and they really had nothing to do, right? Like, you made clothes, you made curtains, you made furniture. Again, clothes are interesting. Clothes serve no purpose. I don't say no purpose. The backpacks are nice. Some of the clothing has a purpose. Okay, you got me on that one. Some of the clothing has a purpose. Like the camo stuff. I never make myself gloves. Right, because the shirt, the pants, and the bandana. But you sneak up closer to animals, which really kicks in when you've got hunting skills. I like the big backpack. Decreases calories. Carry weight. Boots are the utility things. You don't need them. They're nice to have. They're utility things. Not vital to the game. The way, like, back here. And some food. The way, like, making fabric for basic engineering is important. They've spent the entirety of the second act making furniture and stuff, and then we're like, okay, I made all this stuff, now what? I need short rivets. I mean millions. Fine, I'll take the star. It's all over with. Okay, now the setup's kind of set up. It's back over here machining. A lot of these things require circuits. Right? The tailoring table, the loom, the spin melter. This all requires circuits. And then a bunch of stuff you make over here. That's circuit parts. Requires a circuit. This is a camera. I'm going to make that anyway, just cuz. The belt sorter for more metal processing. The generator. And of course, the thing we really want. We want this robotic assembly line. Right? That requires servos. Made here. Is it made here? No, it's not right, is it? It was made over the... Yeah, the machinist table. And it wants... That's the wrong... Just go look at it. Servo requires circuits, so you need to make a ton of circuits. Circuits are friggin' copper wire, flakes, substrate. Now, copper wire is from an act ago. Machinist table. So I can either make a bunch of copper wire over there and bring it over here, or I can just build another machinist table. This seems like the better option. Circuits also require substrate. Substrate requires fiberglass and epoxy. Fiberglass requires like it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, the flakes are made here too, aren't they? Nope, I think they're made... No, they are made over here. It's been so long. Yeah, they're gold flakes. So, this whole setup here has to run for a while before I have any of the parts needed to make anything. And that's... top of that, you notice this here. That's our current copper reserves. That's down from a lot. We used a lot of copper between when we made a bunch and now. So one of the first things I'm gonna make, as much as I really, really, really want, the assembly line, I need the copper. I have to build. No, that's iron, though, isn't it? What do you do? Straight dry irons. Yeah, right. I'd forgotten about that. The assembly line makes the froth flotation cell? No. This makes the froth flotation cell. Yeah. Oh, right, there's a friggin' advanced circuits. More crap. Electric motor. Which is right here in front of me, which is frickin' circuits. Grumble, grumble. And plates and pipes. So, yeah, as much as I want this guy, the amount of copper we're going to go through when we get to here is going to be rather astronomical. So you, my friend, are going to take the last of my copper reserves. How can I squeeze out of you? I got a module in there. I can make exactly 142 copper wire. Which is going to get me 40? No, it can't be right. What did I say I was making? 140 copper wire? 692 a piece, 140 copper wire gets me at 3 a piece. And a module. Nope. It's going to get me... yay many basic circuits. This corner's going to sit here chewing on stuff for a while. Because I need so much crap. The last act just has so much more junk in it. Oh yeah, so we need what? How many gold flakes? 230 gold flakes. Can I even make that? No. I do have more gold. I know I have more gold. And food. I clearly need more food too. I thought I was out of copper. Turns out I just hid it from myself. Gold, on the other hand, all of our... This is the gold at the moment. Notice it's in a form I can't use. And the reason I thought I was out of copper was I went and got a whole bunch. Forgetting the fact that I already had a pile of it. So, we're well stocked in one way, and doing terrible in another. So that cell is going to require 2,500 watts of electric power. As it stands, we have one lonely combustion generator over here. Now, it's going to take the place of this jaw crusher, the screening machine, because it's going to give us another concentrate iron recipe, and gold, and copper. And then when we have the ability, we'll build the it's a sensor-based sorter for more iron. Which we're going to make, we'll play with. Don't really need. That said, we're still half a stockpile of iron concentrate here from the first run. It's that. We've got steel, and we've got some steel. I don't think I've ever had... We're playing on a much harder difficulty next time. I have never been swimming in steel quite this way. I think the thing get done? I think it got done. Which means this will have to go... there's a bunch of plumbing that's going to have to happen too. Water over here. This guy's got water, which means I have a water hookup behind there somewhere. And other than that, there's 3 different tailoring tables to make. There is the assembly line. When we get the assembly line, I think the electronics table lets us make. Let's see here. You let us make the solar panels. No, there we are. Solar generator. At level 5, which we're at 4 and change. It's not too bad. You make 600 watts. Not bad. The wind turbine. It's made here. Wind turbine. Uses 1 wind turbine. Wind turbine makes 300. But the cost's significantly less. But one solar generator will let us run like lights everywhere. So when we're working at night, it's not more of a dungeon. That's got to get made. This computer lab is a ways off because composites is the last thing we're going to take. Now that I think about it, I think that's the next star? We'll find out here. Composites should be the last one. Or the last required one. Granted, there's another one in there somewhere. Over here. Yeah, so we're on electronics. Composites is the last required one to do things. I still want to take paper making and advanced masonry because if we're going to make everything in this game, we should make everything in this game, right? Including going all the way to like all 30 stars to cutting edge cooking. If you're playing a crafting game, there's no reason not to craft everything. Just to say you crafted everything. This is done. Update this. Put ourselves at electronics. Save. There we go. So while we're 16 hours of gameplay away from the last skill we'll need, and then it's a matter of making, oh my god, 4 lasers, the computer cabinet, a room in which to put the computer, because that's a thing now, and then power is just laser? It's just laser. Lasers are 8,000 watts of power. Now, our current form of generation is a combustion generator at 3,000. We need to make... What's the cabinet require? Too far ahead of myself. Computer lab. Yeah, blah 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 thing and stuff. Recipe. It's computer lab. Maybe it doesn't require power. There's still 32,000 watts of power, which is going to have to come from the advanced. No, it's a freaking... I saw you. I know you're in here. I've seen you. I've seen the recipe. Where are you hiding from me? Words, 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 words. Where is it? I know it requires an axle. I'll find it that way. Industrial generator. There we are, at the assembly line. One industrial generator, which makes 16,000. So you need 2 of those. Yeah, 2 of them. Because math is hard for me. Right? 32? Yeah, 32,000. Which is going to require a bunch of plumbing, because they want water like you can't imagine. Fortunately, you really only need them to run... Unless you were doing long-term, a dedicated power plant for like everyone in our world. Right? We did this on... playing with a bunch of guys. We had 2 of them as the big guys in preparation for the lasers, and 3 of the combustion generators to run everything else everyone was doing, because no one really needed that much power. And then I think we built like 100 and some transmission poles just to prove that you can actually power the world from one place, keep all your in one spot, which we managed to do for the most part. If this were a very large world with a lot of people, then I can see why you would want to build a couple of those for power as required. Oh, the game is smart enough that if you only need certain amounts, if you need a certain amount of power, it won't kick in. Like, it'll kick in the smaller versions, the smaller sources, and then the larger one at the end of it. So the game is at least that smart. At least I remember it being that smart. This was last year sometime. Anyway, I'm gonna get this. Where are you? You done? Done. You built the thing and stuff, and it's gigantic. It requires water and requires power, and it gives you... I don't know why they do this. They add these ladders onto things, and then you can't use them. Like, if you're gonna give us the ability to at least, you know, pretend like we're gonna be able to climb something. Come on, guys, you can do this. You can give us... You know, you can let us climb stuff. There's nothing stopping you. You can also give us adequate catwalk and supports like these. Please. I want to get this all hooked up and running. Might build a second one. No, I don't think I will. I think this guy is enough of a pain in the butt. What's our... Seconds. It's nice and quick. Yeah. I don't have to worry about concentrating iron right now. We have a mountain of iron to deal with already. Need for gold and copper. And then... Where's crushed gold ore? I forgot there's like that thing. Jaw crusher still. Oh, fudge. God, grumble. I want to do all the neat stuff right now. Fine. Have to build the assembly line. Just gonna have to. No way around it. I will have that for you guys next episode. This has already gone a little bit long, and we haven't really done anything productive yet. So, I'll get it all set up. Have a stare at it. This thing will be running And if you ever wonder, by the time when we get back over there, I will give you a quick rundown of all the crap I had to do to make this stuff work. Because this is, oh my god, this is going to require power. The damn, this is going to eat up 2,500? 2,500. Then the crusher, gonna need, we're at 4,000 watts. So we're another, we're a second power plant over there too. Oh, fudge. I'm just gonna have to build a dedicated power plant in one spot and run power out everywhere else. Because running multiple power plants is just a pain to keep them both happy. Nuts. Well, my immediate future sounds terrible. Hopefully yours won't be. And I'll meet you then.